Creativity. The definition of this word is the use of imagination or original ideas to create something. But it means much more. It can mean being a dreamer, an innovator, or a rebel. Everyone can be a musician, a filmmaker, or a dancer. However, nowadays the education system is crushing those opportunities, and we say no. The number of teenagers being entered for creative subjects at GCSE has dropped by a lot in the past 5 years. Are creative subjects valued enough in the UK?
The focus of STEM subjects over the past 5 years has been widely marketed as a fast track to success in technical careers, where demand for global talent is outstripping supply.
To help with our documentary, we interviewed 2 experts from the Brick Lane Gallery.
What profession do you work in?
I work for an art gallery.
I wanted to ask you some questions relating to the creative sector. What made you choose to work in this industry?
I've always had a passion for anything creative, and recently I've enjoyed the other side of actually being creative, so this behind the scenes sort of aspect of it, so the selling of the work.
What are your thoughts on the funds for creative subjects being cut by the education sector?
Yeah, I don't think it's great. I think, creative sector, drama, art, photography, all of those things are so important, and if there aren't funds being given, but it encourages, science and maths and all of those things which are really important, but also kind of undercuts people who are passionate about other things. And if there's no funding, you can't do it. So.
Do you think children should be able to choose between creative subjects or solely choose academic subjects?
I would definitely be able to choose whatever they want to do, and I don't think they should be steered away from creative subjects.
What made you choose to work in this industry?
I remember being at the end of my school career, and I'd got a long way with music and I was very confident, but I wasn't sure about the career opportunities, so I decided to do a music degree because that's kind of what inherently was inside of me. And at the end of that, having got myself involved in all sorts of other things, West African popular culture, sport, all sorts of other side angles, I followed my nose in terms of playing, directing musicals, taking opportunities, saying yes to everything, and developing a career out of developing my skills, responding to challenges, because that's essentially what the creative industry gives: resilience, problem solving, and being creative. So that's what made me choose my career, I suppose.
I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on the funds for creative subjects being cut by the education sector?
Okay, I think that the education sector, or the politics of education, is going in a very dangerous direction. I think that the cuts that the whole of the public sector has endured cuts. It's not just education, but the problem is exacerbated by Progress 8 and the EBAC, which is marginalising arts subjects, and meaning that it's very much more tricky to get good arts experiences at school unless you've got pointy elbows and money, and that's not very good for social mobility, and it's not very good for arts because there's lots of there's lots of amazing skill being lost to the sector and to education. So time is being cut in schools for arts because they're having to choose, or they feel they're having to choose, between English and maths, science, and arts things which are deemed as less important, and that's the big mistake, because actually arts is at the heart of success in STEM subjects.
Okay. Do you think children should be able to choose between creative subjects or solely choose academic subjects?
Okay. If anyone's tried to do a music degree and they turn around and tell me it's not academic, I'd like to have a strong word with them. I can see why there is a stereotype distinction between academic subjects and arts. There are some differences, major differences in the approach to discrete pure academic subjects like pure maths. but there is no less rigor, and I think that the choice it's essential that people, parents and students have choice, that they can choose a package that might be purely more biased towards creative subjects, but also include physics, maths, and I don't know, music. These are not mutually exclusive things, and I get very cross when I hear they are.
Thank you.